In today's session. So why do we need a program structure, everything and all. So before writing or before stepping into writing a Java code, so let me tell you on some important things or some important rules we need to follow in Java. Okay. So I can say you why do we need a Java program structure. I repeat, why do we need a Java program structure? So this question may be asked by any client members or any of your faculties or any members. So we should be able to understand each and every line of code what you're typing and in the your Java class. Okay. So what I'm saying is before writing any Java code, I repeat, before writing any Java code, we need to be very confident about something. So I can say one important thing should be remembered is like Java, like you should remember about one thing because the thing is Java is a strict language. I can say Java is a strict language. Okay. Why? Because why it is called strict language, I can say directly. Why? Because the Java doesn't allow. I can say why it's called as a strict language. I can tell you in this brief points. Does not allow. Java does not allow random code. I repeat, Java does not allow random code, and Java follows some rules. Java follows some rules, and as well as if you I can say if rules are not followed, if rules are not followed, what is the issue we are going to face? You are going to get compile time errors. Simple. If rules are not followed, you are going to get the compile time errors clearly. Okay, fine. So every Java program or like I can say so Java is enforced with to a fixed structure for every program. So I can say you directly Java. So Java enforces with or else enforces a fixed structure for every program. For every program. Clear, guys? So why do we need a Java program structure in the sense? We are going because Java is a strict language in the sense Java does not allow any random code and Java follows some rules. If rules are not followed, you are compile them errors. Simple. Okay. So next, what is the structure we are going to follow and why the structure helps us? What the structure here? So I can say you directly. This structure helps in this structure helps. I'll write the points below, or else you can also write followed. We can also write the in one line followed by comma and all. JVM to understand where execution should start. Clear? Structure helps JVM to understand where the execution part should start. Okay. So what's the next point we need to remember or we need to be very conscious? So developers write clean. I can say developers write clean and yes, okay, sorry. Write clean and readable code. I repeat, clean and readable code. Okay. Next. Large programs are very if you use the structure as well as the last program stays organized. So where the method was started and which method was ended at which place and where the method start and where is a new method get started. Everything is going to be in an organized way. I can say you directly large programs are going to be in an organized way. Large programs stay organized or going to be in an organized way. I can write directly as organized. Okay. Large programs are stay organized. It means each and function is going to follow some certain structure. It means you are not writing your code randomly. Okay. So next. So what the basic structure I can say, what is the basic structure of your class and what generally structure contains? Okay. See, I told you clearly why do we need to follow a structure. I told you why clearly. Okay, fine. What the structure is going to help in this structure is going to help JVM to understand where execution should start, and developers write clean and readable code, and large programs stay organized. Okay, fine. So what is the program structure then? I can tell you the Java program structure as follows. Java program structure, I can say you or as follows, as below, or I can do directly as organize overview. Okay, Java structure overview. What are the Java structure like? What are the structure we have? So every program generally contain. I can say you directly as so every program generally contain every program generally contains what every program generally contains. I can say you directly as every program generally contain package statement or else package. Okay, what is a package and what is we're going to discuss in implementation part. So let us all discuss only the first theoretical part, and then followed by we'll discuss the implementation part also. Okay, what is mandatory, what is optional, I will tell you very much clearly, so don't get panic. Okay, so every program generally contains package statement. Okay, package statement is optional, I can say you directly. Which is mandatory also, I can explain you directly. Next, what it is going to contain import statements or import rather than if you are not using any libraries, what is the need of using import statements? So I can also say it is also optional. Okay, just I'm saying I'm optional is in the first, I'm taking optional and mandatory in sake of the first program. Okay, I can say otherwise let me remove optional. Okay, don't get panic, I will remove the optional. So I will just tell you what the structure is going to contain. Okay, so structure means you are going to you are going to have package and you are going to get import statements as well as after import statements what we are going to have class declaration. We are going to have class declaration. Okay, after class declaration what we are going to have after main method. So I can say you directly main method and class declaration is mandatory for every Java program. Okay, so after main declaration we are going to write our statements or logic. I can say directly logic also instead of statement. I can also say you logic. Okay, so every program generally contains your package that the class is all where the Java file is included. Import statements are nothing but standard classes and collection framework or any like inbuilt libraries you are using from the package. Okay, class declaration and as well as main methods and statements. So I can say these five are the basic program structure. Okay, basic Java program structure. Okay, fine. Next, so what you can also ask me what is package and what is import statements and all. We can discuss these 2 points while the implementation part. And let me discuss what is meant by class first. Okay, let me discuss what is meant by class. Class in Java. What is meant by class in Java? Okay, and why class is mandatory? I told you class declaration and main method is option mandatory things we need to do in every program. So why I can say why it is mandatory. Okay, why it is mandatory. Why it is mandatory. So what is a class? Simple question. What is so a class is a blueprint. I can say you directly. A class is a blueprint. Is a blueprint. So we can also a blueprint or as I can also say a template also. Class is a blueprint or a template. Simple. So what is blueprint then? I can also say example. We can take an example of in the real life scenarios. Let me write an example in real life. Example in real life. What are the examples in real life? Blueprint of a house. Blueprint of a house. Uh, Design of a car, etc. Okay, design of a car, etc. Okay, design of a car, etc. So in like we had took an example of in real life. So what in class, what is meant by class? Class is a blueprint or a template. Okay, fine. In real life, what is a class? Blueprint of a house or a design of a car. But in Java, what is class in Java then? So let me come here. In Java, class defines what the program is. Class defines what the program is, and all logic must be written, inside a class, inside a must be written inside a class. Okay. In Java, class defines what the program is actually about, and all logics must be written inside a class. Okay. And what if I write, I can say one note point directly. Java does not allow code outside of a class. Outside of a class. So if you are writing any code outside of a class, Java does not going to allow that code. If you are writing the code inside a class, it is going to allow you to write the code. Okay, fine. Okay. So that's why I can say directly. That's why every Java program must have at least one class. At least that's why every Java program must have at least one class. Okay. So what class, where we are going to create it, how we are going to create the class, everything and all, we'll discuss slowly. Okay. Let me open my IDE first. So in order to use, so never directly go with the Eclipse IDE for enterprise Java and web developers, because enterprise Java and web developers is we are going to use for the advanced Java. Okay. So we are starting to core Java. So let me use an IDE called as IDE for Java developers itself. So for learning purpose and for DSA practice, everything and all, we'll go with IDE for the Java developers itself. So what are the installation steps and everything will be posted clearly. And next, coming to solving DSA problems and everything, we'll solve DSA problems by using Eclipse IDE or VS Code. Any of your IDE is okay, fine for me. So to understand the core Java knowledge, to practice core Java, everything and all, to understand what is one-way class and what is everything and all, we'll go with Eclipse IDE for the Java developers. Okay. Let me open my IDE, then we'll practice. I'll show you how to create a package and everything and all. Otherwise, let me show you an example of writing here. Example, I can directly write an example or else class declaration. Okay. Are you guys okay with class? Class is a blueprint or a template. Example in real life is nothing but blueprint of a house and design of a car. So in Java, class defines what program is about, and all logics we are writing must be written inside a class. If you are writing any logic outside of a class, it does not allow you to write, or it does not allow you to run your code. Okay, fine. So what is the declaration? How to write to a class declaration can be followed as below. Okay, class declaration. How to write the class declaration? I can give you the syntax how to write. Okay, class, how to write that. So class, it should have the class keyword in front. If you are creating a class, you must use a keyword called as class and class name. Your class name. Okay. In place of class name, let me write demo. Okay. Okay, done. So class name, just I'm mentioning a class and class name and open flower braces, close with the flower braces. Done. So whatever the write you are going to write your code and methods, everything on should be written inside the class itself. Okay. Whatever the methods you are declaring, whatever the variables uh, you are initializing, everything and all should be declared or initialized in class and itself. So let me give you an example. This is a syntax we are going to follow. So let me give you an example with them. So okay, this is a syntax I'm going to follow. Let me create a class with an example. Let me say demo. Okay, class demo, open flower braces. So whatever the code I'm going to write, my logics and all everything will be resided in the class itself. Clear, guys? So my workspace got opened, I think so. Wait a second. So everyone, please make sure that you are having some you are creating some folder. Okay. So please make sure that you are creating some folder. Like let me tell you clearly. Let me tell you clearly. So create a new folder. Okay. Create a new folder. uh, you can name it you can name this folder as your learning this course in this year 2026 and 2027. I can say no, sorry, 2025 followed by 2026 you are learning in this between. So in your current semester you can also mention. Okay, so events. So create this folder and go to this folder and create subject group. Okay, create a subject or else create a folder named Java. So inside the Java, please maintain a workspace called as Java workspace. Java workspace. So whatever we are practicing, everything on now, we'll use this workspace only. So select folder. So don't never ever check this option. If you select this option and click on launch, whenever you open your IDE, this workspace is automatically getting launched. So don't check this option, okay? Don't check this option. So click on launch. So I'll show you the clear implementation part, okay? Next. So next, okay, fine. What is the class, everything and all. So what is the rules? What are the rules and regulations, or what should, how to create a class? Okay, I have written some. I gave you the syntax example, and I gave you one example also. Then what is there in these things? Let me tell you the rules itself. I can type as a rules. Okay, rules. Okay, what are the rules here? Okay, the class name should start with capital letter. Should start with capital letter followed by small letters. This is the best practice I can say you. Okay, the class name should be start with capital letter. Then after the remaining words can be a small letters. Okay, I can say this is the best practice ever. Next, file name should match the class name. What is the class name then? If you are creating a class with demo, then your class name should, your file name also demo.java. Okay, I repeat, I will show you, don't worry. Let's show you how to create. So my ID got opened. So let me close this welcome page. So whenever you open your says, do one thing every time. Okay, what are the things we are going to do is, let me, give me a second. So open window and then go to preferences. Please search for auto save. Okay, please search for auto save. Go to Windows, go to preferences, then go to auto save. If you are a Mac user, I repeat, if you are a Mac user, you are going to see some option called as here settings part or file part. Go to settings, then you are going to pop-up page again. Auto save, click on auto save. See, enable auto save for 30 editors, and it is by manually it is having 20 seconds. Change it to 1 second. Change it to 1 second and apply. So let me change my theme also before going. Let me change my theme of the page. Let me change my font style as well. So okay, fine. Let me change my IDE to dark to light mode. So let me click on apply. So whenever you click on apply, you should restart your file. Okay. Then let me tell you, file name should match class name. So what is my class name here? My class name is demo. So my class name is, from the above, I can say my class name is demo. Then my file name is demo. Then my file name is demo.java. Every Java file must and should have an extension called as demo.java. .java is nothing but it is belonging to Java. It is a Java file. Okay, so let me explain you clearly. Let me create a package. Let me launch it, and I will show you how to declare a class and how to create a class, everything and all. I will show you later. Let me create a project then. So let me create a Java project directly. So it is asking me some project name. So I can say programs. Just give it as your default project name as programs or Java programs, anything. So okay, fine. It is asking me use it as default location. Okay, use the default location. It is going to take Java SC 2022 22 version execution JRE. Okay, I'm okay, fine with this. Okay, no need to change anything. Okay, fine. Let me click on next. What is going to be there in the next page? It is showing you are going to get this structure as well, and under programs you are going to get some src folder. Okay, fine. I'm okay with this. So I click on finish. So I got created with src slash all these things. So under src, let me create a package. So right click on src and go to package. Okay, right click on src and go to package. So what can I name my package as? So you can name your package like anything as your wish. Completely it's up to your wish. I'm going to make basics. I'm going to name this package as basics package. I'm not worrying about any package name. Okay. So right click on your package and then go to new, then go to class. I repeat, please right click on your package which was you created, then go to new, then go to class. So whatever the name you are going to provide in this class, you can okay with this. So as of now, I clearly told you my class name is demo. Okay. So I took a name called as demo. So let me continue with demo only. So demo, okay. The package name is discouraged by converting. Package name is usually starts with a lowercase letter. Sorry, I forgot, right? So it is say it's just giving what just it is showing some warning because your package name was started with the capital letter. It should start with the big small letter. So let me use a basic small letter and then let me continue with demo. Okay, fine. So demo, no warnings, nothing. So let me click on finish. So whenever you click on finish, you are going to see, okay, you are going to see this. So wait a second, guys. It's okay, fine. So as of now, just we got created with these things. We created a class is called as public. So public class demo. My class got created. What is meant by public here? Why I told you clearly when you are creating, it should contain a word called as class, then followed by our class name. Then okay, fine. So let me write our main method. So we can write our main method in three ways. I repeat, in three ways. So what are the three ways then? Let me show you one way. So how to like I will show you how to write your main method in five different ways in upcoming sessions. But how to write main completely? Main, string, array braces, yeah, RGS, again flower braces. So this is public static void main. What is meant by public and static and void main? All these things we are going to cover in this class. Okay. So if any of the student is okay, I know the meaning why I need to write this public static void main every time. I can also use a shortcut. You can write main control space. Okay, you can write main control space. So whenever you click on main control space, you are going to get one suggestion called as main method. Click on OK. You are going to get the main method directly. Okay. So I don't want to use this thing by default. Whenever I'm going to create a class only, then after only I'm going to create my main method also. So let me go to click on demo. So okay, fine. Demo one, okay. Don't use any letters, okay. So let me use demo. So click on this, click option, public static void main. If you click on this option and click on finish, your class is going to be created by automatically with the main method generation. Okay. So let me remove this. Let me go with the actual concept. Okay. So okay, fine. What is meant by public static void main? So let me break down this. Okay. So we are okay with this, how to create a class and how to create a class name and everything. You see my file name is saving with demo Java and my class name is demo. It's completely okay with this. Okay. So next main method syntax. I can tell you guys main method syntax. What is a main method syntax? Let me explain that. So I'm just removing this flower braces. Okay, I'm just removing this flower braces. So let me break down the above line. So why public? Let me break down. Like let me break down this slowly and clearly. Okay, fine. So what is public then? So let me talk about the public first. What is public? So public is nothing but it can be accessible from anywhere. We are just saying it can be accessible from anywhere. So we are using public. So what if you use public? What JVM? Why it is required then? Why we are using public? Why it is required? So I can tell you why it is required. So for this question, we can also directly answer with public. So let me write like this. Public is nothing but it can be accessed from anywhere. Then you can ask me why it is required then? It is required because JVM understood JVM is outside your program. Okay, JVM is outside your program. No, nowhere else in your program JVM is there. Okay, JVM is outside your program. Okay, JVM must access our main method. I repeat, JVM must access our main method. What is JVM and everything on all explained in the last class? Don't worry, JVM is nothing but Java Virtual Mission. Okay, Java Virtual Mission. We are nowhere. We are including JVM inside our program. Okay, it is outside of your program. So it should be very, or as I can say, this JVM must access the main method. JVM must access the main method. So to let JVM access our main method, we are using the keyword called as public. Now, what if I can say if we are not using, if not public, then what will happen? If not public, what will happen? JVM, I can say you directly, JVM can't access it, cannot access or cannot call it. Okay. What if main method is not public? If we remove this public from the main method, what will happen? JVM can't access the main method or Java program can't run. Okay. It should not get executed anytime. Use whenever we are using public only, JVM is able to access our main method. If you remove the public, you can't access and Java JVM can't call it. Okay, fine. Then so the clear point I can say you directly. So the main method should be public. Main method should be public. Fine. Is it clear up to now? Okay, fine. So I clearly told you what is public. Then what is static then? So why we are using static keyword? So static keyword why we are using in the sense static is nothing but no object is needed or needed to call his method. No object is needed to call this method. So what is meant by object and what we are going to, so why, what is meant by object then? To whom we are going to create object, how to create an object, everything is going to be clear in upcoming session. So don't get panicked. So just read the line, understand this line itself. Static means no object needed to call this method. So to call or to execute the main method, we don't require any other objects. Okay, we can directly execute the main method. Okay, what is the object, how to create object is going to be clear in the upcoming sessions. Okay, fine. So next. So why static is required? I can tell you like why it is required again. Why it is required. So why it is required, guys? So simply I can say you directly as JVM does not JVM does not create objects. So if you are using static in front of any method, not only main method, if you are using static keyword in front of any method, JVM understood and it does not create any object for that class to execute it. Okay. Next, JVM directly calls main method. Okay, fine. So if we don't have the static keyword, without static keyword, JVM cannot sorry cannot execute the method simply. Without static, JVM is not able to execute the method. So let me write as a one. So next, let me use it as two and let me break down into three now. So what is next? We are going to have void there. Void. What is meant by void? Void means nothing. Void means nothing. I can say nothing or no return value. No return value. Okay. No return value. Simple. What is meant by return value? Everything and all I'm going to discuss in upcoming sessions. I'm going to cover these things in upcoming session. Okay. So next, what why there is no nothing? What is nothing? What then? Why it is required then? Why it is required in the sense? Let me tell you. So let me copy this line every time I need to talk. So why it is required? It is required because of JVM does not expect. I can say JVM does not expect JVM does not expect anything in back. Anything in back. Okay. JVM does not expect anything in back. So JVM, if you are not mentioning void, if you are mentioning as int and return and executing this main method, after executing the main method, this JVM is waiting for the main method to return anything, because we are given int, right? It is waiting for the main method to return any integer value. So to avoid all these things, we just maintained as public void static, public static void main. Okay. So we can also write our I told you in the previously, I told you we can write main method in 5 ways. I repeat, we can write our main method in 5 ways. I will tell you these 5 ways in next session. Okay. Don't get panic. Just first understand this main method. Okay. Why we are writing this main method, and understand and break down, and just breaking down each and every word clearly. So please understand word that particular each and every meaning of the word. Okay. So fine. So JVM does not expect anything in back. Is okay. Fine. Next, program execution. Program execution is just starts and ends. Program execution just starts and ends. Okay. Starts and ends. Simple. Okay. It is not going to wait for any particular response. It is going to start and it is going to end automatically. So okay, fine. Then next, what is the name we have? Uh, we are having main here. Okay. Next word is main. So let me explain what is meant by main then. Okay. What is meant by main name? Main is nothing but it's a predefined name. It is a predefined name. It's a predefined name. Okay, fine. And JVM searches for exact name. Okay, JVM searches for this exactly this name. You should use the main. You should not skip the name, and we should not change the name. So what if we change the name here instead of name? Let me give me demo. See, see what if happen if we give public static void demo. So it is going to search for the exact name. Okay, if you change the name start, this program is not going to start. See, for example, I'm telling you. Okay, it is a predefined name. Main is a predefined name, and JVM searches for the exact name. Searches for the exactly. Like JVM searches for exactly this name. Okay, exactly this name. And what if instead of main, if I replace main with a demo, or if we rename main as Swami, what if we done simply? I can tell you, your program will not run. Program will not run if you change, or if you replace the main, if you replace the main keyword or main with any other name, with any other name. Okay, fine. Program will not run if you replace the main with any other name. It should be main itself. Okay, it should be main only. To make sure that your program is running, it should be main only. Okay, fine. Public okay, static okay, void okay, main okay. Then what is string and what is args? Okay, we'll get into this point now. Okay, let me copy this entire line and let me get back to the fifth point, string args. You can also you are welcome to use this keyword as this, like you can also use args braces or string braces. You can also use anything. Okay, you are allowed to use this array braces in front of args for after args also. Also use this flower braces after string or args. You can proceed with any way. Okay. Next, what is the difference then? Why we are using string args everything and all? Let me tell you. Okay, why we are going to use, because this is used to accept the command line arguments. This was the concept you learned in your C language as well. Command line arguments. Okay. This is used to accept the command line arguments. Just I can say for now it is like, just remember it's mandatory, but we'll use it later. Okay, fine. I can say for now it is mandatory to remember, but how to use this args or string out, how to use it, we'll use later, and in upcoming sessions we'll discuss about it. Okay, it is mandatory and we will use it later. Okay, fine, we'll use this later. Okay, fine, we will use this or in upcoming sessions. Clear? I clearly explained you what is meant by public and what is meant by static void main and string args. Okay, let me understand you and let me tell you what is so with this we are cleared about the public class and we are cleared about the static void main string args. Okay, fine. So starting point we can say what is the class then. Public class is nothing but it's a defined class. So, let me write as a comment. Okay, fine. What here we are doing? Class hello world. What we are doing here? Simply, I can say you directly. How to execute my class? How to? It defines a class. It defines a class name demo. Okay, fine. Next, what is main method is going to do? It just I can say what is the main method? Starting point of execution, starting point of a program execution or starting point of program execution. Anything is okay for me. Starting point of our execution. So let me write system.out.println. What is when system.out.println is nothing but it is going to print our statements. I can say it is going to print our output on console screens also. So let me write as a good evening. Okay, good evening. Let me execute this code. We can execute this code by coming to here, clicking on run as Java application, or else you can also, what happened? So I forgot the same, sorry. So next, or else right click on this code and go to run as, go to Java application. So click on OK. So what it is going to show me? Good evening. So fine. Okay, so let me discuss about system.out.println first. So what is meant by system first? Let me discuss. So what is meant by system? System, what is meant by system then? System is nothing but just a class. Okay, system is a class. What is meant by out then? Out is a output stream. Out stream. Fine. So what is meant by println? Print ln is nothing but we are going to print or print with new line. Okay, whatever we are printing, we are going to print this message and we are going with the next line also. I can tell you easily. So print with the new line. I can say print with the new line. Whatever the message we are displaying in the console, that message is going to display correctly. But after displaying this message, one new line is also going to be created. I don't want a new line to be created means you can use directly system.out.printf, then execute the code again. See, you are not going to get new line. So here I'm not getting any new line. Let me change to printf ln. Next line. ln means print with new line. See, my message got my message got displayed and as well as new line also created. Okay, fine. Okay, next. So how Java program is going to execute? Okay, how Java program is going to execute. So let me break down this step first. Okay, how Java program is going to execute internally, or I can like execute internally. Okay, how Java program executes internally. So let me tell you in a step-by-step process. So step-by-step process. Okay, let me write like this: step-by-step execution. Okay, step-by-step execution. So let me write the step-by-step executions. So we'll write some code in hello.java. So what is my code? So let me get back. So my class name is demo. So whatever the code I'm writing, I'm write the code in demo.java itself. So whatever the code we are writing, so I'm saying in your perspective, you write your code, you write code or something you write in demo.java. You will write in you write your code in you write code. So something okay. You write in demo.java. Okay, fine. Next, what it is going to do? So compiler converts. Okay, compiler converts it into or is it to demo.class. I repeat, you are writing your code in demo.java. First step is completed. And the next step, the compiler is going to convert the demo.java into demo.class. I repeat, demo.java file is going to convert into demo.class. And then what demo.class for? Why we are going to use? This demo.class is going to loaded by the JVM. JVM loads the class. JVM loads the class. Which class? Demo.class. Okay, demo.class. Okay, so what is the next step we are going to follow? JVM finds main method inside the class. JVM finds main method inside the class. Okay, the next step is we are going to execute from beginning. Execution starts from the first line itself, from the line inside the main method. Execution starts execution starts from the line, or is from the first line, I can say, from the first line inside the main method. Main method. Clear? So whatever the thing I written in this class, I'm going to compile. So whenever I click on run as Java application, your demo.java, it is going to convert it into demo.class. Demo.class is going to be loaded by JVM. So JVM is going to load the demo.class file. After loading the demo.class, JVM is going to find out the method. After finding out the main method, it is going to execute from the first line inside the main method. What is my first line in the main method? Inside the main method, my first line is system.out.println. So if I write the same line of code again, system.out.println, uh, session is going to end in next 5 minutes. Session is going to end in next 3 minutes. Okay. So let me execute this. So I'm going to get good evening as a first message, and then I'm going to get as, okay, I just forgot the semicolon. So run as Java application. So we are going to see good evening, and session is going to end in next 5 minutes. So it is going to start from the first line of the main method. The first line in the main method is system.print good evening message. You are going to see good evening message from the first. So it is the first line inside the main method. Okay, fine. So what is the common mistakes every beginners or any students or any particular user is going to do? Coming to this, I can also explain those things. So let me tell you, I can say common beginner mistakes. Okay, common beginner mistakes you are not allowed to do, but some students may do. Why I am telling this may be an important point for any student. Okay, writing code, what are the things they are going to do? Writing code outside the class. They are going to write the code outside the class. So if you are writing the code outside the class, the code is not going to be compiled or it is not going to be executed. Okay, fine. Wrong main method signature. Wrong main method signature. I repeat, wrong main method signature. Signature is nothing in the sense the way we are declaring the method. Okay, next step. Case mismatch. Case mismatch. What is meant by case mismatch then? If I say, let me tell you. See, here my main method is small main. So it starts with small. If I write with small capital M and let me execute this code, you are going to get this output or not. See, you are going to see one other called as main method not found in basics.main demo. In this demo, we are not going to find out the main method. So don't use this case mismatch. You are going to see you must and should follow the rules. If the main method is starting, if your main start with small m, you should use the small m only. Okay, run as Java application. Done. So I can explain main instead of small main. Okay, never ever try to write your code with a capital M. Okay, it is going to show you some errors. Okay, and file name mismatch. File name mismatch. This is going to be done by any most of the students, but don't ever do it. File name mismatch. Okay, file name mismatch. Java is a case sensitive because Java is case sensitive. Case sensitive. So what is case sensitive then? I can give you example. If we should not write as below. We should not write as below. We should not write main method like this. Okay, it is not going to equal to main. Main does not equal to main. Okay, I can write main not equal to main. I can write like this. Main not equal to main. This main is not equal to this main. It is a correct way to declare. Okay, correct way to declare. Okay, this is the wrong way to declare. Okay, fine. So then what is the next thing? Next point is, if you are, let me tell you, let me another thing also. If you are using string, so here string in string S is capital letter. Let me use S as a small letter. You are going to get an error itself here. Place your cursor here and lead. String cannot be resolved to a type. It is showing as an error. So you must and should use string as a capital letter itself. So what can I write? String not equal to string, small letter. So what is the correct way here? This is the correct way of declaration, which is the wrong way. We should not declare string as in this way. So wrong way. Clear? So with this, I can say we have just what we covered in session. I can tell you how to what is I told you what is a basic program structure should be follow. Why we need to follow the basic structure and what basically Java program structure contains. What is the package and everything will be discussed in the upcoming class. And I told you what is a class and what is a main method and how it is going to execute internally. I told you each and every keyword, what is meant by public, static, void, main, and string args, and the complete execution process step by step was executed or by explained clearly. Okay. Point students should students should clearly know what is a class, what a class is, and next why class is mandatory. I clearly explained you why class is mandatory and why method is required and how JVM starts execution, how JVM starts execution, everything and all is discussed in very clear steps. And next step we can how to write and run our first Java program. How to write and run our first Java program. Okay, our first Java program. So this was explained very clearly. Okay, fine. So at this end of session, we should be very clear about all these 5 points. Okay.